Mhm. Happy Tuesday. All right, let's get to it, y'all. It is Tuesday. Working a little late this evening. Why? Because in all transparency, I'm like a little tired, a little beat, but we got to do what we got to do. I did say that I was doing a live today. Anybody that followed what we got going on, you'll start to hear a common theme. Like I'm big on this whole accountability thing. So this is me holding myself accountable for doing what I have to do, doing what I said I was going to do. Because trust me, I'm tired right now, right? When you got a whole lot going on, a bunch of ideas in your head, sometimes I didn't sleep well last night. I just had a bunch of different ideas, new things that I wanted to implement. And I was just up and couldn't really tossing and turning. I got up and went to the gym super early, normally than I normally would. And I knew that energy was going to run low today because gave it to the gym and I didn't really sleep well. But here we are. No excuses, right? Team, no excuses. Show must go on. So here we are. Comment the word deal, right? The show is going on. It's going down this Thursday. Comment the word deal. We'll be there. We'll be pulling back the curtains. We'll be showing you what we do, how you can do it, more importantly, not what we do. We'll be showing you what you can do in this space called the land business. We'll be showing you how to go out and source deals, find deals for discounted prices. Take those deals, put it back on the market, and create an income for yourself, right? Anybody had a daily conversation today? Did you have your daily dose of your financial conversation today? If not, shame on you. Start having daily conversations about your finances, how we can improve in our finances, right? You're really good about how to let it go out the door. Let's start having more conversations about how we constantly keep it coming in the door. EKG, earn it, keep it, grow it, right? You just can't earn it on your 9 to 5. It ain't going to grow that way. It'll be stagnant that way, especially if you live in a place like I live in the state of New York. Oh, it's expensive. But everything across the country is high, right? So we have to figure out how we are keeping the money and how we are growing the money. If you figured that out, clap, clap, bravo. Grow it some more, grow it faster, is what we're saying. So land offers that. It's a different avenue that you could explore to create income. Can't depend on people to feed you. It's great to have someone or a job in this case to hold you down. Great. I encourage that. Right? We got to do something. But keep your head on a swivel. Always be looking for ways to help yourself is what I'm saying. That's my belief, right? And it's my live and I always say I'm just looking to weed out people that's on the same frequency as me. Like-minded people is who I'm looking for, right? The energy you put out usually attracts who you are anyway, right? People come into our community, it has to be some type of attraction to the people that run the program, right? It's not that they want to, you can go and find somebody else to teach you land. That's what I learned. I used to be a coach too, right? I used to be a basketball coach, high school basketball coach. And they used to say, like, your team is going to take on the persona of the coach. That's true. That is true because if the coach is timid and if the coach is scared, your team gonna play the same way. My team was decent. They were decent. I didn't have a bunch of scrubs. But they were decent. I didn't have no all stars. Let's say that. But I got the most out of my kids. because I ain't played, and I was coaching at in my area. It was deemed supposedly a bad area, right? How you get your kids to go so hard for you? This is what they used to ask me. How do you get your kids to go so hard for you? Well, I don't play with them, and they respect me because that's what the energy I put out. It's non-negotiable. Respect me or go home, and that's how I talk to them. If you're not gonna work hard, go home. Then I watch these other coaches and teachers, and they soft with them. Look, we're dealing with young men, and the same thing when it comes to land investing. I'm not hard on, I don't want to be that. That's no fun for me. I don't want to have to force grown-ups to do things. That's not fun for me. So more so in this space, I'm always looking to be encouraging, right? I'm always looking to motivate. I'm always looking to inspire as well as inform. That's what I want to do for grown people, because your mind is already made up. Those young 16 and 17-year-olds that I used to coach, their mind wasn't all the way made up. So I knew I could impart some good information in some good ways into them. Your mind is probably already made up. You're grown. At least that's what my data says. My data says that our message caters to ages 30 to 70. That's grown. So all I could do for you is put value in front of you, put information in front of you, and let you make decisions based upon that. That's all we do. That's why we show up every day with information. And if you see the value in the information, the pocketbook or the wallet, it follows what the heart desires. That's why we go on dates, right? Fellas, when we go on dates, you're going to come out that wallet if you desire that woman. Stop me when I'm lying. Y'all know what? When I came on this live, I was like dreading this. I was a little tired, but I feel good. I don't know where I get the energy from, but I got some good energy. So let's talk. Let's talk about it. I need you to show up on Thursday. I need you to help yourself. Comment the word deal, DEAL. Show up on Thursday, not for me, but for you. And see if the Acre Boys is the truth. See if what we speak about on a daily basis, if this space is the truth for you. It worked for me. I'm sold on it. It worked for all the other people in the private community. I want it to work for you. In this space, there's two things that we do. Two primary things that the Acre Boys do. There's a lot of other things. In fact, I want to talk about this because this is something that I'm currently doing. And this is why you have to get behind the doors with certain things too, because we do teach two things, right? But that ain't all that we do. Land is not all that we do, right? Right now, we're in a process of looking for land to build on. It's just not something that we stand on social media because you have to spoon feed them. Like we don't want to confuse the audience, so we keep it basic. Basic is it starts with land. Even new construction builds, it starts with what? It starts with a piece of land. We can't build without having a piece of land. So that's the foundation. That's always the basics. We have to know how to go out and find land. You want your family compounds. You want your homesteads. You want your commercial buildings. You want your residential homes. It starts with a piece of land. We've just found the way that we can make money by flipping land. But now we're moving into a season of holding and building. That's where we at. It's just not something that we talk about on the front end of social media. But my private community, they know all about it because we talk. It's like a family. We get together once a week and we throw ideas in the air. And along the journey, like I said, you'll find like-minded people. We have people in our community. It's just a community full of investors. Find your tribe, right? It's a community full of investors. We're not the only ones that's building in my community. We have other builders that's doing the same exact thing. So I don't sit high and look low. I don't be like, those are my students. These are grown folks that we showed them things, but they still have their own business. They show us, we all learning stuff at the same time to some regard. I'm not an expert at building homes, but fortunately enough for me that I put myself out there enough and became likable through my brand that people reach out and don't mind helping. So seek the help. Help. Where's the help? Do you have help? If not, find a group that you could align with, that you can grow faster with. Doing these things on your own. I don't know why people think that's a smart idea. It's not a smart idea. What's smart is when I don't know how to do something and I can pick up the phone and say, bro, I need help. Today I'm in New York right now, but I went to see a property in Georgia today. How did I do that? I was able to pick up the phone and say, I need help. Can you go view this property for me today? Ray, I got you. That's the importance of community. So we say, get behind closed doors. He said, how can I build with y'all? I have access to land deals in the Atlanta area. One of two ways, right? You can join the community. If you don't want to join the community, we do look at outside deals. You can email them to acreboys@gmail.com. And we'll look to see. We like off-market deals. I mean, it all depends what you got. I do fix and flips. I do all of that stuff. We'll do a fix and flip, but I have to be in the area of the fix and flip, meaning that we do go back and forth to Atlanta. So Atlanta is not out of the question for a fix and flip. But otherwise than that, I have to be in the area for me to consider a fix and flip. If it's raw land, we can do that virtually from anywhere. I don't care what state it's in, what area it's in, we'll take down raw land. And that's the major difference between land and houses, in my opinion, right? Houses, there's a lot of other things that has to check out that you need to see in order to make decisions. Land, there's less things to check out. This is how we're able to buy land virtually without ever seeing it in person. All right. By the way, we teach you how to invest in tax sale auctions. That's the first thing that we teach. Second, we teach you how to do something that's called direct to owner. Tax sale auctions, there's always an auction going on all year long. This is what we talk about giving yourself max potential to win, giving yourself max potential to score. Always you should be dipping your head in to see what's coming out from the auction, especially when you can get it sometimes for 10, 15, 20, 25% on the dollar. This is just like quick hits. It's a good thing to have quick hits to go along with what you have going on. 2 or 3 quick hits for the month. Oh, I sold that one. That was a quick 4,500. I sold that one. Student 3-4 days ago, last deal to come through the community, bought for 12, sold for 40. Nice payday for him. I did a live about it. It wiped all of his debt out. I don't know how much debt he had, but he said, I cleared all my debt out off of that one deal. Great. That's not an easy thing to do. Great. We gave you a vehicle that you can tap into and give yourself max potential to get that done. Great. We need more vehicles like that. Give me something else. Like I'm not like bogged down to one thing, right? I'm an investor. I will invest in what makes sense. Land, if it makes sense, if it moves, if I can see it and it makes sense to me, I'll invest in it. House, land, I'm really good at land. That's what we teach. But even with the house, what comes before that? So I'm saying, give yourself max potential. That's all I'm saying. Give yourself max potential. Pick up a new skill set. You should be picking up as many skill sets as you possibly can. Find one you like. Here's the secret. Find one you like and hyper focus on it. Holla at me 6 months to 2 years later. Hyper focus on it and holla at me 6 months to a year later if you just hyper focus on that thing. Promise you. Because everything works. Just matter of, are you making it work? Does it work for you? And when we look into why it don't work for most people, it's because they come up off it. Remember that commercial? I pick things up and I put them down. That's what they do. They pick up a new skill set. They're hyper about it. They do it for a little while. And if they ain't seeing immediate results, they put it down. Then they go look for another one. And they repeat this cycle, this search. That is called scatter brain. Instead of honing in on one thing, right? You're smart enough to identify that works, whatever that may be. Land, selling land, building houses, real estate, flipping houses, new construction. That works. Not my opinion. History has showed that works. Just check the wealthy people portfolio. You will always find that real estate is a part of their portfolio. It works. It has been working forever. Why don't it work for everybody? It's because everybody don't put into it what they need to put into it to get what they need to get out of it. They quit. Or they don't know. Right? It's our top 3 reasons why we find that people don't get involved is, one, they just don't know about the space, right? Ray, I didn't know that you could do all of this in the land space. Nothing's wrong with that. You don't know what you don't know. We can't help with that. However, I do question, how hard did you look? Because I do, and I'm well aware of that since we have been on the scene as the Acre Boys, that this has been a little more prevalent. How wide is it? I don't know. I don't know how widespread it has, but I can say over the last 3.5 years, we've ran up a large size audience. I can say we've been on 7 days a week, 7 days out of a week for the past 3 years. So I only can speak for myself. And I can say I've seen other influencers start to talk about land. So it's working in that regard. So we say, find it, get involved, or find someone that can show you. If it's us, it's us. If it's not, find somebody else. I went and advised somebody's thinking I'll go to YouTube University and get my degree. Great, right? But you're going to probably hit a brick wall at some point. I'm all for free knowledge. Use YouTube for your advantage, right? Get all the free game that you can get from YouTube. But ultimately, if you're looking to do this on a professional level, that's done off of YouTube. But I encourage you to get all the knowledge you can get so you can be able to make whatever decision you need to make about moving forward. And then go hard. How hard are you going? It's a real question. How hard are you going on a daily basis? Are you mediocre? Or are you just going with the flow? I'm going to get through the day. You ain't doing nothing extra. I had that conversation with myself. I said when I opened up this call, like, I ain't really sleep well last night. I was having that conversation with myself. And we do probably better than the average person. Probably, right? I'm assuming. But I question, are you doing all you could do? No. That's the answer. No, you're not doing all you could do. Go harder. Can y'all tell I used to be a coach? I'm just coaching myself these days and other people. That's why I say I just look to motivate. If you share the same energy. You know I ain't lying. You going hard? Probably not as hard as you could be going. You probably letting yourself off the hook. And I'm guilty of that. So I'm not pointing the finger at you. We all have done it. Let's stop doing it though. It's ebbs and it's flows. Sometimes, like, the problem with people is, like, it ain't never even ebbs and flows for them. Like, some just never go hard. Some they just on cruise control. And then they wonder why 2027 looks like 2026. You're just on cruise control. Been in the same financial situation for the past 10 years. You comfortable. You really in trouble is what you're really in. Because the average person, right? This is the fact, and that's not what I think. The average American in their bank account, in their savings, only have about $3,000. Get laid off, get fired, get sick, let somebody pass away in the family. You need time off. See how long that lasts. Let's just have real conversations. Like, nothing superficial over here. Get ahead of the curve. Because this is what we're really looking to encourage. Like, this ain't about, Rolex watches and new cars. I like all of that. But it's really for us to tap into something and be able to take it back to the family and be able to feed ourselves. That's what this is really for. You know how cool that was the other day when that grown man said to me, "Thank you. I was able to wipe my debt away." How many people can say that they got something that they can lean into that could potentially help them wipe their debt away? And I ain't talking about debt consolidation and things like that. I ain't talking about taking a loan. No, creating the income, not going into your stash, not going into your 401k, creating new income and wiping away the old income. Do you have that type of situation? Do you have any of those kind of resources that you can lean into? That's the question. Mr. and Mrs. Adult? If not, why? You're not giving yourself max potential. You ain't too old. And when I talk to y'all, I talk to me at the same time. Let's go hard. What are we doing? Like, I'm like over my head with, like, I heard a guy say this morning, another guy asked him, religious brother, he asked him about Black culture. And he said, let me stop you there. We don't have a culture. That caught my attention. I said, oh, let me hear what the brother's speaking about. He said, we don't have a culture. He said, culture stands on things. He said, culture speaks the same language. Culture invests together. Culture has the same practices. Culture has the same beliefs. He said, we got a bunch of people that's doing the same thing. That's not culture. And I was like, that stings. But there's some truth to it. So the voice that we do have, I always think about this. Culturally, what could we do together? We got so many problems in our culture. I don't even know where to begin to fix it. So at least what I stand on is say, just do what you do best, right? What I can offer and what we do best is land investing. That's why we don't come up off the message. One, because it's a relevant message, right? If you want to know where you're going, just look at where you were when you were being successful, right? That's an indication of the roadmap that you need to get back on. When was culturally we thriving? When we were in ownership of land and farms. Culturally, this is when this race was thriving. Now we're at the bottom of those statistics. So I say to myself, oh, well, you standing on a good message, young man. Move with that wholeheartedly. Flush out everything else. This is like, some people may not really understand how much, like, you have to become in order to become, if that makes sense to you. And like now, for anybody that's hearing me speak, I'm just talking to myself out loud. That's why I easily just say, I'm just looking to attract like-minded people. That's it. I'm just looking for me. That's who I want in my community. Like-minded people that may resonate with the frequency. It don't have to be the same, right? We don't need to share the exact same sentiment. But we need to move with a sense of urgency. You grown. You behind the clock. If you ain't hit your mark at the age you're at, you're behind the clock if nobody ever told you. Had a conversation with another ex-co-worker. His brother's on his deathbed. He called me wanting to vent, feeling down and out. Man, shit be happening. People checking out. We still be waiting. What we be waiting for? I don't know. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Ain't nobody coming to drop nothing off to you. Nobody's going to give you nothing. You're going to have to go and get it. Talking to a political figure 2 nights ago, and that was the message that he had for us. Me and Jay, we were on a 3-way with him, and he's quietly the man on the low. He's one of those, like, he's not a cocky guy, but if you know, you know, right? He's one of them. Like, if you know, you know, like he up. But most people don't know, right? And he was saying that, I don't drop names, but he was saying that some other people who think they up, they said some things to indicate that, you know, they were doing better than somebody. Let's just say that. He didn't take offense to it. He simply said that they would probably do better by humbling themselves and coming to me and asking for what they need instead of pointing the finger at saying nobody's helping. I say that to say, I'm not coming to you, is what he was saying. No matter how popular you are, you still have to come to the source to get what you have to get. That's what I'm saying. We could speak till we blue in the face. You could watch 10,000 lives. You could watch 10,000 Acre Boy videos. If you want to do or get to where you got to get through us, through land investing, you have to come to and through the source. That's it. Why? Because this is social media. I don't own the platform. I need for you to lock in with me personally on my platform. So now we're locked in. They can shut my page down tomorrow. It say something different when you want to deal with me different. Many of my students, I text one of them tonight. They have my personal phone number, the ones that's doing the business on the high level. Call me directly because it's business. And business moves fast. Like, things need to happen fast. All right, I didn't even know I would have this type of energy. I've been on here 30 minutes. I always talk about this too, like, because I'm always analyzing myself, critiquing myself. Even this, like, can I speak better? How we're speaking, how the message is being conveyed, relayed, and it's taken by the people. How much time have I spoken for? This is all data, right? This is all self improvement. This is all of this stuff is. It's been 30 minutes just having a conversation. I remember when we first started, I couldn't even talk on live for 5 minutes straight. Now 30 minutes just fly by. So it's all the same. Do it until you get comfortable. Do it till it becomes normal. It will become normal if you keep doing it. I hear people say, oh, I don't know how to use, I don't know how to the tools and software. Man, shut up. You know how to do everything else. Learn it. And I don't care how old you are. Learn it. You don't know how to use the computer. Learn it. Stop making excuses for yourself. I'm uncomfortable. Well, get comfortable. Before the Acre Boys, most people don't know, Jay didn't even have a Facebook page, yet alone ever speak. He didn't care to speak. He didn't have any social media presence. The only reason that he's on here every day because it became a part of the assignment. And he said, if we're going to go that route, then this is who I have to become. I try to tell you, have you became who you need to become to get what you have to get? It don't come to you. You have to go to it. You have to grow to it. I wasn't speaking for 32 minutes straight on year one. I can keep going for a whole hour. It's repetition. It's time on the clock. This is the 4th year. How long did it take you, Ray, before you was able to speak fluidly for 30 minutes straight? At least 4 years. And I don't even think I'm like a great speaker. I just speak my mind. Well, how long did it take for you to get comfortable with doing that? It took a while. It took a while for my skin to get thicker and not care what you think. That's the other thing. People worried about being judged. I don't understand how people come on social media and then worry about being judged. Make that make sense. Well, don't put nothing out on social media and then worry about people judging it. It's not yours no more. I say to that, just make sure you're saying something intelligent then and know what you're talking about. I do believe in that. Don't put foolishness out in the universe because I do hope they mock that and say things about that. So we're always trying to say something encouraging. We're always trying to be helpful. And I would love for that to be reciprocal. Be reciprocal, right? Comment the word deal, D-E-A-L. Comment the word deal. Be reciprocal by showing up on Thursday. Show up on Thursday. Help yourself. Not showing up for me. Show up for yourself. And be ready to learn. Be ready to start, more importantly. I'm looking for action takers. That thrills me when somebody's ready to take action. Because we're in go mode, not slow mode, go mode. Let's get to it. We getting to it or we getting to it? We trying or we trying? Right? You may not even be scoring, but are you at least attempting to? It's not about necessarily to win. Not necessarily about that. Are you attempting At least. You got to at least be attempting to win. How do you win? You miss 1,000% of the shots that you don't take. Never score that way. Comment the word deal. DEAL. I have to go do another live. Lucky me. And I can tell y'all what we up to. We're growing multiple platforms. We have Facebook. We got everything that everybody else got. We got Facebook. We got YouTube. We got Instagram. And Facebook and Instagram is our biggest audience. Our YouTube audience is constantly growing, and our TikTok audience is constantly growing. Right? I can speak to all three at one time: Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all at one time. Right? I can't talk to TikTok. So that requires me to go do another physical live. How fun is that? But the alternative is get it done or it don't get done. That's it. You want it? Do you want it to grow is the question. See, I don't let myself off the hook. Do you want the channel to grow? If so, shut up, go do the live. If you don't care if it grow, make an excuse of why you had to speak twice and don't do it. This is simple. Like, we overcomplicate things. Then we wonder why we don't be hitting our metrics and our marks and getting what we say we desire. All right, beautiful people. It's been real. I do really have to go say something on this other channel, and I don't want to be up all night tonight, so I'm gonna go do this live over here. We'll tap back in tomorrow, bright and early. Jay will be doing a live. I'll do another live sometimes tomorrow evening. Last call, comment the word deal, DEAL. Get yourself in the room. That's going down Thursday. Set aside some time on Thursday, hour and a half. Come here. All about this space. It's a free class, if you're wondering. It's free. Nothing beats cheap. Free. Nothing's cheaper than free, right? I hope nothing is cheaper than free. That means it costs you nothing. Will cost you something. Everything costs. Will cost you some time and some energy, all right? But show up on Thursday. Peace, love, good night.